Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another day of UWF Argonaut basketball. Today at the UWF Fieldhouse, we've got the Argos taking on the Bulldogs of Union, and you can see it's 11-3, the record for the Argonauts, 7-1 in the conference, 13-2 overall for Union, 8-0 in the conference. This should be a great game. I'm sitting here with Taff Bentley, and Taff, while we have a moment, let's quickly talk about a couple of players to watch, starting with the Argonauts and Liv Becker, who has spent much of the season injured, but she came back the other day, and she's such a great player, averaging over 11 a game.
Yeah, you saw her energy immediately. Your teammates are so responsive when they can get somebody that can come in, and you see her point per game, 11.3 per game, and an outstanding three-point shooter, but just all that energy, and finally for the Argonauts to have their full team at full capacity, exciting to see.
We'll talk about Union's player to watch in just a moment, but first the national anthem.
As we are America with the bloody awareness.
Here you have the anthem, and Taff Bentley, Christian Garvin here, the starting lineups to come. And Taff, we talked about Liv Becker, but now we'll talk for a moment about, you saw a player to watch for the Union Bulldogs, and that is Olivia Lee, who also is having an impressive year.
Yeah, you can see her. It's funny when you look at the stats for Union. They have 5 girls that average 10 or more.
Yeah.
So, of course, Olivia Lee is the one that we are going to have a chance to showcase here, but they play such great team basketball. The pace of this game, I hope UWF is ready for. You're going to see a lot of pressure, a lot of threes, and, Union being the #1 team in the region coming in here to the Fieldhouse. So such an opportunity to have a significant win for the Argonauts here in the Fieldhouse on Saturday.
Yeah, Chap, this is a premier matchup. The Argos are 11-3, 7-1 in the conference, and then, of course, Union 13-2. They have not lost a conference game, and you mentioned it. They love to put tons of pressure. They force a lot of turnovers. That's something that I know the Lady Argos struggled with a little bit early in the season, but they've tightened up here over the last few games. So let me hush up for a moment, and let's check the starting lineup for the Argonauts.
At guard, 8'5", graduate student, Carla Wilson. six-foot graduate student from Fairland, Indiana, number 32, Riley Stevens. The Argos led by head coach Stephanie Lawrence Gilman, assisted by assistant coach Ashton Brown and graduate assistant Michaela Michael.
Starting lineups for both teams, and we're about ready to go. You know, Taff, we played Christian Brothers on Thursday. They're a team that has not won this season, and we ended up pulling away, but it was only a 5-point lead at the half, and it really illustrated the point that this conference, it doesn't matter whether you're playing the top, a team like Union, or the bottom, a team like Christian Brothers. You've got a real fight on your hands, and I know that's going to be the case today.
Yeah, you kind of took the words right out of my mouth on that one, because it does not matter. Every night in the Gulf South, you're going to see two highly matched up teams that are able to play a brand of physical basketball. And you've seen Coach Yelton. He's had teams that are always top heavy when it comes to rebounding, but you're going to have a team that's ready for this pressure against this Union Bulldogs team.
And we see it right away. Here's Bella Stone, such a good ball handler, but the Argos do immediately turn it over. You hate to see that, something we talked about before the game started, that is going to be something they'll be dealing with here. And Union loves to move around, gets the open three, no good. Crashing the boards, but Bella Stone comes away with it. And yes, indeed, already another trap. They do not let up. Bella Stone steps through the trap, and we've got a timeout from Coach Yelton. So, boy, Taft, that did not take long. You know, I mean, we're literally 28 seconds into this game. We've seen a turnover from the Argonauts, and we've seen some pressure that forced another timeout.
I think we're going to have to be prepared to talk very quickly. So I wanted to say, I imagine that Coach Yelton's told her team, do not be afraid to use a timeout, because something that happens anytime you play pressure, you get better as you get to see it. So I know that was always something with the teams that I coach, and you mentioned it. Pressure can hurt you early, but as the season goes, you tend to get better and better and better at it. So it's the same kind of thing. The microcosm of that is going to happen in this game. The more you see this pressure, the better you are going to be at facing it. But until you actually get out there, you've seen off of a missed shot, they're going to come and trap.
Yeah, it's not after makes.
So the big thing that Coach Yelton's got to be talking to her team about is, I know you think you're open, but Bella cannot see you in that trap, so you have to come flash back to the ball.
Yep.
So I don't care if there's 4 people flashing. Make every pass as short as possible against this pressure.
Well, and one thing I think that will help the Argonauts is, this is something we've talked about all season, Coach Yelton has made a very conscious effort to play a different style of basketball this season, which is very run and gun. So her team can keep up with it, and she's got a deep team. She'll make these 3- and 4-person shift changes, and that's going to go out of bounds. It will stay Argo ball. So I don't think there'll be any issue with whether they can hang with them in terms of just the speed of the game. But the pressure itself already has forced yet another turnover, and you know Coach Yelton's got to be very frustrated. It's going to lead to a foul from Delaney Truschel, and that's going to be going to the line, number 2, Lucas.
We spent a lot of time talking about my distaste for the bounce pass, but that's something to keep your eye on. You saw that bounce pass on the perimeter. It slows down the ball, and how quick this team is. I think you got to be very mindful on how you make passes. We want short passes and we want direct passes. And here's the other mindset that you've got to have in this game is, you might not be able to run offense. You're going to have to attack this pressure and see if you can get some open, easy opportunities.
For sure. Yeah, how good is your press break? By the way, I do want to clear up, that was Callens that had those free throws. There we go. Running it here, and this is going to be an open jumper for Riley Stevens, who can't get it to go, but that's the first time the Argos have broken the press and got a pretty good look. 2-0 our score early. A couple of free throws from Callens. There's some quick hands from Camille Clark, and the Argos force a turnover. Ooh, careful there. That's going to be offensive on Delaney, who used her elbow.
So I think every opportunity we've had so far, it's been a turnover. And even that shot that we saw right there for the Argonauts when Riley took that.
Yeah.
Remember, teams press for a couple of different reasons. They want to turn you over, or they want you to take quick shots. I really wanted Riley to drive that in there. She had a 2-on-1. I'd like to see how they play against that kind of an offensive attack, because you have two mindsets when you face pressure like this. Do you want to survive or do you want to attack? And I think Coach Yelton's team can attack this pressure.
Incredibly, with everything that's happened, we are 1 minute into this game. Feels like we've played a half already, but it's going to be a fast pace. Here's a long three. It's a little bit too long. And that was Courtney Zinzin, who cannot hit. Stepping through that press. Nicely done there from Riley Stevens, back in the hands of Bella Stone.
Okay, so you beat the pressure. Now let's run some offense.
Get into your offense.
This becomes the real challenge and why Union plays that way.
Boom, this is a long three, no good. That's Carmen Jones, who couldn't hit, but a beautiful offensive board from Hayden Pitch, and she can't follow it up.
And we love seeing Hayden have that kind of effort to get an extra opportunity. Just got to try to find a way to finish and convert that.
Yep. It will stay here, though, Argo ball, so a great effort there from Pitch. Keeps the ball in the hands of the Argos, trailing 2-0 here.
And I like the shot that Carmen took on
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We ran some offense, ball moved side to side.
Yep.
That was a good opportunity for the Argonauts.
Yeah, for sure. And Hayden's a great shooter. There's Bella. Here's back to Carmen. Carmen tries to go baseline. Ultimately, nice little jumper here, and that is 2 for the money. Riley Stevens gets it to go, and the game is tied.
So typically teams that want to pressure you, they don't want to really guard you in the half court. It's unique to find a team that will do both of those. So you've got to convince your team to be patient enough when they're speeding you up the way that they are to make that extra pass. And you saw it. Riley took advantage of it.
Oh, beautiful cut there, and that's going to be an easy deuce. Number 13 finishes it off, Courtney Zinzin. Nice backdoor cut, leads to an easy deuce. Hayden Pitch will throw the long ball. Maybe too long. Riley Stevens not able to pull it in. And going to be Liv Becker checking into the game along with Bella Green.
Line change for Union. I hope you're ready for that, Christian.
Yeah. It's funny because we do it ourselves, and we're going to be seeing it from Union as well. But I think that was all 5. Just a full-on 5. Yeah.
Hey, you guys did a good enough job pressing there. We're going to get 5 fresh ones in and start pressing again.
When you play this kind of basketball, you've got to make sure you've got legs and a deep bench, and both teams have that for sure. 4-2 is our score here, 7.5 to go in the first quarter. Another backdoor cut, ultimately going to lead to a corner 3, which is off the mark, but an offensive board, and the Argos cannot afford to give up second chances. This is going to stay right here, the offensive board there to Lucas.
Yeah, this pace is so chaotic. You're seeing it right now. The Argonauts are having a little trouble matching up.
Yeah.
They're even having a little trouble communicating with each other. That's the key in this. Can we communicate enough to stop whatever Union is throwing at us?
Shot clock at 8. No, it's going to be a travel here.
Yeah, there you go.
That was Shiley Morrison, who was a little too quick on the step there. And the Argos get the turnover.
And Bella Green, give her some credit for that closeout. That caused that travel. She did such a nice job getting out on the perimeter.
Ooh, nice job there. Led her beautifully. Riley Stevens, open 3 is off the mark, but she follows up her own shot, gets it, and she will put it back up and in. Well done from Riley Stevens.
The hustle plays have been paying off for the Argonauts here to start. Let's see if that can continue.
For sure. All the way to the hole, but Liv Becker able to make a great defensive play. Here's Riley Stevens again, and she'll have another deuce. And how about this? The Argos up 6-4. Saying, hold on, everybody. This is going to be a game.
Union bringing all those guards up to trap and pressure. One of the best things you can do against a trapping team is attack in transition.
Oh, and Bella Green with a fine defensive play. Ultimately, it ends up going out on Jeremiah Montgomery, and that's going to be another turnover. The 3rd of the game for Union.
Yeah.
Here's another look at Riley following that up beautifully.
And Bella's done a really nice job to start this. Bella Green's done a great job on defense. Coming out right here to get a quick breather, but I wouldn't be surprised if she quickly gets back in the game. She's made a nice effort on the defensive end.
She is terrific, for sure. A real spark every time she comes into the game. And Taff, as you said, the Argos are doing a much better job of handling this pressure here in the last 2 or 3 possessions than they did in the first 2 or 3. So trying to get even keel with the situation here. Hayden will shoot the long 3. That's going to be perfect. As good as it gets, and the Argos up 9-4. My goodness, the onslaught from UWF.
I just firmly believe this from my coaching tenure. You attack pressure. That's how you get them to stop playing that way.
And now a 3 is no good, but it's another second chance. But oh, Bella, or rather, Remy Langmaid, who breaks to the hole and gets it done. And the Argos are running and gunning. It's 11-4. I'm having a hard time keeping up with players' tab.
Yeah, no, I feel your pain today. Remy did a nice job and getting that deflection led to a transition layup for her. Love seeing good defense get rewarded.
Nice take to the hole, but again, speaking of good defense, the Argos get a hand in there. It does go out of bounds. It'll stay with Union. And here we go, 5 more. It looks like another shift change for Union, and this could be your original 5 as Coach wants to get them back on the court. Coach Mark Campbell in his 26th season at Union. Coach Yelton, 13th season at UWF. An open 3 from the corner is perfect, and that is number 1, Alexis Cowens, who hits it. That makes it 11-7.
Hate losing that long pass on the out-of-bounds under.
Yeah, she traveled. Thought she got away with that for just a moment, but no.
And that's one of the passes on the out-of-bounds under that can just get lost. And what you're hoping for is you can have a hard enough closeout because you're so anxious about protecting the rim. And that's what that nice play drawn up by Union to have that hammer pass, long 3 for them.
Well, and we've seen that play 2 or 3 times. They had missed the first couple, but it has been open. So we'll see if Coach Yelton addresses that. And you mentioned Bella Green may be coming in again pretty quickly, and she is on the bench and will come in at the next dead ball. That ball is way off the mark. And we're going
to flash back against this pressure.
Help her out. There we go. Camille Clark is there. Argos pushing, able to complete it. It's going to be an open 3 for Remy Langmaid. Way off the mark, though. Not sure we needed that extra pass there. Might have been able to get fouled or get an easy deuce. 11-7 is the score. Hayden Pitch playing some great D. Ultimately, though, there we go. Another corner 3. Off the mark, and Hayden Pitch will get it again. Aggressive on the boards is Hayden. Careful there. Worked out okay. Argos pushing. Here you go to your point of attack, that 3. Remy says, give me another chance, and this time she hits. Love a shooter, Taft. Love a shooter.
This is absolutely wild right now to watch the pace, but it's beautiful that UWF is not backing down.
Heck no.
Pace.
Pushing, pushing, pushing. Love that shot from Remy coming off the air ball. Said, just give me another chance. And look at this, a nice collapse, and Hayden Pitch gets the turnover. And that's the 4th now for Union. Carmen Jones will catch this on the run. Hayden for 3. Bingo! That's going to make it 17-7.
She leads the team with 37 made threes on the season entering the game. She's going to get a chance at 40 here with her next attempt.
No doubt about it. Woo! Some confident shooting from the Argos right now. The score is 17-7. And it looks as though we may be seeing 5 more from Union checking into the game. This is incredible. Good luck keeping up with who's on the court. My mercy. 17-7 is the score. Argos right now with Liv Becker, Hayden Pitch, Bella Green, Bella Stone, and Riley Stevens.
Point of emphasis for the Argonauts is going to be communicate. You've got to be able to talk on defense, and especially with how many line changes are being made by Union, you're going to have to be able to communicate who are you guarding.
And we just saw it there as Jeremiah Montgomery was left alone for just enough time to be able to get to the hoop, and she finishes off with the deuce. That made it 17-9, then a foul.
Watch the inbounder here.
Ooh, they both broke the same way.
If they could have yeah, there you go. The inbounder can be open with how they're trapping.
Oh, careful. Oh, great job by Bella Green to come and catch that. Bella Stone now over to Riley, who's going to take it.
You're going to get to find out how important passing is in this matchup against you.
Oh, look at the left from Hayden Pitch. Cannot get that one to go. Taff, you think I'll need to mention the shot clock at any point today?
I don't think so. I think we got 10 seconds into one, and I thought there was going to be a shot clock violation.
Exactly. Oh, going to be a push-off from Bella Green there. So,
if they're going to call that physicality, can they call the same physicality when Union's trapping?
Thank you. Thank you for saying it. Yes, sir.
If that's the case, I love this matchup.
Exactly. 4th team foul for the Argos. Another corner 3 is off the mark, and Bella Stone able to pull this one in. Careful with that lob pass. Nope, that's going to be way too dangerous on a 3-point play. So a costly turnover there, and Kisharna Lucas finishes, and she'll go to the line.
And if you can't make a play on the ball right there, you kind of just want to let her go.
Give the layup.
Yeah, don't give her a chance to get an extra bonus right there. But Of course, Bella's wanting to play aggressive. She's not wanting to give up anything easy right there. And we talked about it. We're going to talk about it a lot, is passing is going to matter. And when you make a cross-court pass right there, it's just such a high percentage play for Union to come and pick it off.
Well, especially when it's a kind of a lob pass, if you will. That's just too much time in the air.
Now they're in a zone press. So they were in a run and jump, which is man-to-man, and it looks like they've switched now to a diamond press. So with you had the players cleared out here, you might want to swing one up,
bring them up
just because it's a zone, and you're going to need that opportunity to have that extra player in this.
Talking about Riley Stevens and Camille Clark all the way at the other end of the court.
Well, you want to clear them out against man-to-man. There's no doubt about that. You don't
there's going to be another turnover. And a beautiful pass, too. That reminded me of Bird steals the ball underneath the DJ. Slow down. Oh, beautiful pass. And a beautiful job there. So Riley Stevens with a great pass. Camille Clark lets one defender fly right by and then lays it up and in.
And I love attacking this pressure. I think that's got to be the mindset for the Argonauts this afternoon is you have to attack it. They're going to bring up all those guards to trap. You've got to make them pay on the back end of that pressure.
Emily Jones painted herself into a little bit of a corner there. Ultimately gets rid of it. Shot clock is down to 7, and it's going to end up, in and out, but an offensive board makes it an easy deuce, and those Argos have got to box out. A lot of offensive rebounds we're seeing. Here comes Bella Stone, and here's that attack you were talking about. And a beautiful pass there again, and how about this? She'll say, sure, keep them coming. Camille Clark with another easy layup and another assist from Riley Stevens.
And Riley did a great job. The defender had her hands down.
Totally.
She just threw it right by her ear. You can't get your hand up there.
Like watching Aaron Rodgers 6 years ago.
Geez, 6 years ago.
That was a cheap shot, wasn't it? 21-14 is our score. Shot clock again down to 8 as the Argos playing tough D. Gonna take it to the hole here. Beautiful job by Camille Clark, who forces a very tough shot.
You want to get the ball in the middle of the floor if you can.
Riley Stevens, an open 3. It is off the mark. It's a good look, though. By the way, 5 more Union players and 2 Argos coming in at the next dead ball. A layup is missed right into the hands of Becker. That felt kind of like a gift, and Riley Stevens will push it right through that trap. Stop and pop, and bingo! What a shot!
And her ability to just stop right there
that
at the
is
nail.
So hard to do.
Pull up and make it. What a great effort.
Oh, geez. That's a nice finish and a 3-point opportunity now. Really nice play there by number 20, Bethany Dillard. As we said, 5 more Bulldogs are checking into the game. Remy Langmaid, Hayden Pitch also checking in as Liv Becker will have a seat. Bella Stone also now on the bench. Another 3-point play opportunity, and it's good. 23-17. Incredible first quarter here.
And I'm going to say this, we don't want to see Bethany Dillard for Union, number 20, make free throws. Because right now she shot 104 threes out of 119 two-point overall field goals. So
wow.
Seeing her drive in there probably shocked the Argos, but let's not let her see any go in because she's a deadly three-point shooter, 41% on the season.
Argos another turnover with the press a moment ago, leads to an open 3, and it is good. That is Alexis Callens who hits it, and the lead is back down to 3 with 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Delaney Truschel gets hit hard. That's going to be a foul on Callens coming off her 3. No bonus opportunity, though. That's just the 3rd team foul for Union.
And that's really a credit to UWF. They've done such a nice job of handling this backcourt pressure. Union hasn't had a chance to foul a lot.
Yeah.
It hasn't been in the backcourt for very long.
Little give and go there is no good as Union is relentless, and they've got a 2-on-0, and that's going to lead to an easy layup with 7 seconds to go. It's 23-22, and it's going to be another turnover, it looks like. No, a heck of an effort there by Remy. And Hayden will have a chance. Oh, mercy. Get it off. God, it's a good defensive play there and actually blocked as it left the hands.
Today's the best chance I'll ever have at you signing my no bounce pass rule.
I'm in. Did you bring the paperwork?
It's online.
Oh.
It's on change.org. But today is my best chance at that.
We're going to pitch to break real quick. An incredible first quarter, 23-22. Argos up 1. No kidding. That was, I mean, we didn't even take a break. That was amazing. What a quarter. And what a run from the Argos. We are back and glad you're with us as we're about ready for quarter number 2. 23-22 is our score after the first. Union forced 9 turnovers against the Argos. Union committed 4 turnovers, and we told you off the top that this pressure was going to lead to turnovers. They've done it all season, and 9, an amazing number here. That's not the pace that Coach Yelton wants to see from her Argonauts. They continue with the extra passes, does Union. Nice take there. Shot clock is down to 5. Argos have been forcing some long possessions from Union. The 3 is up, and it's off the mark. And look at this. It's another offensive board. That's been a real issue for UWF. Ultimately, I think we got a timeout called by Union. So they had possession. They called timeout. Let's make sure that's what happened there. Yes, indeed, it was going to be a timeout. So it's 23-22. We are only 34 seconds into the second quarter, and turnovers have been the story so far for the Argos. An odd thing to say, given that they are winning the game by a point, that committed 9 turnovers against this very impressive pressure from Union. Leading scorers so far, Riley Stevens has 8 for the Argos. She is their leading scorer, and Lucas has 5 for Union. That's Kasharna Lucas, and she is their leading scorer. Argos also have gotten 6 points from Hayden Pitch on a couple of threes. She's got 4 field goals, 2 of them from behind the three-point line. Those are the 2 field goals that she has hit. And then Camille Clark has 4 points. She was granted 2 nice, easy layups off the press break the Argos run. So as many turnovers as they committed, they were, as Taft continued to point out, very, very forceful against that press. They just continue to push it, and that did lead to some easy shots, both in terms of the layups. I just mentioned Camille had a couple, and then also some wide open threes. The timeout is over here. We're ready to go. It's 23-22. Union had the ball there. And Riley Stevens was a little confused. She was on the other end of the court, thought it was going to be Argo ball, I think. Didn't matter ultimately as Liv Becker came away with the board, and here's more pressure. Becker she's a great ball handler in her own right, along with Bella Stone, and Argos ultimately do commit the turnover. That's their 10th of the game. And that sort of pass we just saw for the Union is the kind that they continue to intercept. And maybe the Argos could be a little more aggressive on some of these long passes. The foul goes against the Argos there.
And that was a key that we talked about earlier. Short pass is good.
Yeah.
Short passes. But that also means that UWF has to come back to the ball. Mm-hmm. And that's the hard part when you're trying to, the philosophy we just talked about. Let's attack, right?
Attack, right.
So you're flying up the court. Well, you also got to remember, my teammate needs me. You might have to flash all the way behind the ball in order for your teammate to get an easy, short pass to break that pressure.
Well, that was that's Emily Clark who gets the free throw. In my old basketball days, rule 1 was we always kept one person behind the ball on any press break. That way you've got your bailout. See, here's another long pass. Incredibly completed, though. Worked out nicely. There's another stop and pop from Riley Stevens, and boy, she's so good at that shot. It is not easy to stop like that and just pop it, but she's gotten really good at that.
And early I was critical of that shot, but you see Riley, she's hunting that shot, so we know that is in her repertoire, and she is going to be a person that looks to get that shot more than once here in this game.
Emily Jones finishes that off nicely as the Argos left the baseline all alone. There we go. Nice job breaking it this time around. And dangerous pass there. Riley Stevens not able to get that through. Bella Green was the intended target, but a fine defensive play from Macy Lee. It's out of bounds. There's that shot again from Riley. As she
high percentage shot for Riley, and you see it. She's hunting that shot, but you also see the effort to get back because here comes Union. Do you think Union cares if you score?
A great point. Not really. I think they know that's part of the deal. You know, they just want to go, go, go. Bella Stone having a hard time getting this ball in. Ultimately did get rid of it, back to Bella Green and over to Carmen Jones. Now Stone. Bella with a nice little 16-footer. A little short, though. Not a bad look for Bella Green, the Aussie. 8:06 to go here, second quarter. This game is tied, 25 apiece. Argos 11-3, Union 13-2. Union's yet to lose a conference game. Foul on the floor. The Argos have dropped just one.
You saw the advantage for Union playing this style. UWF had a hard time matching up, and you've seen that numerous times. So think about this: you're not on your preferred matchup, and Coach Yelton's probably pleading with their team, like, do not worry about that right now. We just have to put someone in front of someone each trip and make it difficult as possible.
Well, they're swapping out 5 players at a time about every 2 minutes. I mean, it's as quick as I've ever seen, and that three is good. That's Bethany Dillard again, and you mentioned she'll shoot a lot of them.
Yeah, we don't want her shooting many.
Speaking of shooting threes, we wouldn't mind Bethany Delaney shooting, but Hayden pitched for her third of the game. Oh, Delaney with a good effort there to follow it up. Like to see Delaney get involved. Oh, that's a carry. Oh, my goodness, they don't call that. Oh, man. Coach Yelton can't believe they let that alone. Good pass there, and ends up being a deuce. So the non-call hurts the Argos, and all of a sudden they're down 5.
That transition making us have bad matchups that we don't like. You still got to talk about how
nice
you're
bounce pass there.
Out.
Bella Green can't get it to go. It's a good look from Delaney Truschel. Under 7 to go, first half. Argos, great effort here. Really playing some strong defense. Going to get a foul on a reach in there. Let's see if that goes against Carmen or Hayden.
That's something that Coach Yelton's pleading with her team right now. The closeouts on these long passes have not been what they've liked, and that's going to give Union driving lanes, and that's where they have been able to put the most pressure on UWF because they're either getting a layup or we're having to foul. So that's got to be a point of emphasis. Work on your closeout. Get your hips down. Start chopping your feet, but you have to keep that player in front of you.
Smart play there. Well done to let that go and then collect it up. Argos now have Remy Langmaid into the game. She just checked in on with Camille Clark. Riley Stevens is back on the court as well. Good defensive play there. Might have got it over the back. Riley had a good box out. No call. Fresh shot clock.
Yeah, I think you got to reward Riley for doing such a good job boxing out right there.
Agreed. Another corner open three, and that is the preferred shot. Remy Langmaid will pull it down. Oh, careful. There we go. Camille Clark going to attack, and this time she will take it all the way herself. No foul is called. Oh, finally, ultimately, the call is a bit late, but we'll take it. That should put Camille on the line.
You just have to make up your mind, Christian.
Yeah, I mean.
Do you want to survive or do you want to attack? And right now, I think UWF wants to attack. I mean, you see it right there. Very aggressive play, and, yeah, no doubt there's a foul call right there.
No doubt. Yeah.
Camille did such a nice job right there of attacking and seeing what the defense gave her. Never committed to her, so she's going to go attack to go lay it up and has to foul.
She got the call. Doesn't get the first free throw. She, of course, will have another. Benefited on a couple of easy layups off beautiful press breaks in the first quarter, did Camille. She was so good the other night against Christian Brothers, too. And she, can't get that one to go either. Nice little heads-up play there from Riley Stevens, who just taps it back out to Hayden, who shoots the three. There was a whistle. I'm not sure what the call is here. Did you see it, Tav? I still don't know what it was.
Maybe the clock never started.
Oh, maybe so.
Hey, we didn't make that shot, so bonus to the clock.
Yeah, exactly. Still Argo ball, 6:13 to go. Wide open here is Remy Langmaid from the timeline almost. Hello.
Deep was that?
How deep?
She's feeling it right
Yeah,
now.
Remy. Now the corner three from Union is no good, and Riley Stevens is hit. There's no doubt about it. This time the call does come. That's Alexis Cowens who came over the top. Look at Remy Langmaid, though. She's 10 feet behind that three-point line when she put that thing up.
Confidence is all that matters, my friend.
Gotta love a shooter, Taff. You gotta love a shooter. Nothing like him. Careful, careful.
Long
Easy.
pass is not our friend this afternoon.
No, and that's gotta be something they
Flash to
see.
it.
Stay behind. Someone just stay behind. Oh no. This is Riley Stevens who turns it over, and that's going to lead to another layup. And boy, that's 4 points so quickly, and Coach Yeldon's going to call timeout as the Argos turn it over quickly 2 times in a row. 5:39 to go. We are down 6. The Argos 28, the Bulldogs 34. We'll be back in about 1 minute.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
For those who sweat in determined pursuit, and those who meet the morning with a firm handshake and a smile, and breathe between stages of unwavering effort. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
We're back. The Argos broke the press coming right out of the break here. This is the first possession. Liv Becker will take it to the hole. No foul is called, but she gets her own shot there. And she's going to shoot the 16-footer instead and nails it. If at first you don't succeed, right?
That first
Exactly,
opportunity.
yeah. Does she get an assist for that as well since she caught her own? 30-34. Another corner three as Union has been shooting those all day. Riley Stevens gets the board.
Here they come trapping.
help her
You
out,
gotta
help
come
her
back.
out.
Guards have to come back.
There we
Short
go.
Passes.
Here's Liv Becker, and Liv is great ball handler. Gonna have a foul called or timeout is called?
No, I think they called 10 seconds.
Oh,
on
10
that.
seconds. Good call, Taft. Thank you. Man, that's another turnover. Boy.
They are going to trap, made or miss. They're going to
Taft, I was about to say, one of the
Made or
most
miss.
interesting things is that I don't recall seeing a team that just traps as soon as the possession changes.
That is hard to do.
Yeah.
But you're seeing the reason why Coach for Union has done such a good job recruiting this team. He can play 10 ladies out there.
Yeah. Yeah, you will get your playing time. Nice take to the hole there. That's well done
You see
by Jaslyn.
Riley's on the point guard that possession. And you're not going to have the chance to get your true matchup you want. So you have to survive in that matchup and just keep the Union team in front of you.
Riley Stevens can't get it to go. That was a good break. Look at Delaney. She is so good at following shots and getting long boards. Bella Stone was ready to finally shoot one. But a foul on the floor. Kudos to Delaney there. Hayden Pitch checking in for Riley Stevens. Delaney Truschel, Taft, one thing, she's obviously a dead-eye shooter, just an incredible shooter. But she, maybe more than any Lady Argo, follows up shots and pulls down long rebounds to keep the possessions alive.
Well, you want to be you want to give the ability to help your team even if you're not shooting shots. So how do you do that? You do that with effort plays. And Delaney, she definitely does that for this Argonauts team.
No doubt about it. (30-36). Bella Green will get Delaney. Just talking about what a good shooter she is. That one's a little long. That's our first attempt of the day. 4 minutes to go. Argos trailing by 6. The Union Bulldogs with this incredible pressure. Another three is off the mark. And look at that box out from Delaney. And that's going to get a foul called on number 10, Emily Jones.
One more, you get to the bonus, and you really like that because now come up here and be aggressive because if you foul us, we're going to shoot free throws, and that's going to be a great equalizer in this.
Delaney Truschel with a great box out there was able to force the over-the-back call. But no rest for the weary. The second we get going again, the press comes again. Ooh, Bella might have gotten away with the travel there. Thought she could have come off the ground, but no call. That's good news. Delaney Beautifully done. Bella Stone shooting the long three, and it's going to be a little short. It's her first shot of the. And look at well done by Hayden Pitch.
Oh, that's an extra opportunity right there.
Yes,
Really
indeed.
nice effort play.
Hayden Pitch gets her hands on the ball. Possession arrow goes to the Argos. Okay. Late here in the second quarter, 3:42 to go, 36-30 the Bulldogs.
I almost feel like Union's kind of inviting you to shoot a quick shot. You might have to pass up one to get a better one. And just make them have to guard you a little bit, because that pressure almost might be a little superficial.
Right.
Just hoping that you make a long or a bad pass to give them an easy opportunity off of defense.
Thought Hayden might have gotten hit in the hand. Yeah, Tav, I think you're right. I do think that that's a deal Coach Campbell makes, is he'd love you to take quick shots. They go in every now and again. Might have got away with the travel there, no call.
This matchup in transition's a heck of a task for UWF. I don't think Coach Yelton loves all our matchups.
I think you're right. And because, oh, look at that, another backdoor cut. That's out of bounds, and it's going to be UWF ball. Go ahead.
Hey, give Bella a lot of credit right there. That's not her matchup, and Union could not beat her off the dribble, and that's been 3 or 4 times I've mentioned Bella in this broadcast, that she's just done a great job of moving her feet.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were talking about the matchups, and the way Coach Campbell makes his substitutions, beautiful pass there. Riley Stevens will get it. Hayden Pitch with a nice shot. The way they substitute 5 at a time every couple of minutes, you just can't worry about matchups. It's never going to be what you want.
Yeah, until you get the matchup you don't want, and they're just driving it to the hole by you. That's got to be the most concerning thing for Coach Yelp.
And turnover there again for Union. The Argos force another one, trailing by 4, 36-32. Here's another look, that long pass from Hayden, and well done as Riley Stevens was there. She now has 12 in the game.
And that's the weird bargain. Union's making you play basketball like you never play, and you were never taught to play. Because what are you taught to play? Make sure you have your matchup every time,
right,
on down the court.
Yep.
Hey, just pass it to who's open, run up the floor. Everything they're doing is making it different for you, and that's the hard adjustment.
Yikes. And it was a hard adjustment right there for Carmen Jones, who throws it way out of bounds.
So here's the one thing I would tell Carmen. I don't mind you making that pass, because typically that's a 3-point opportunity. Just make it with 2 hands.
Yeah, right.
Because now you're going to have the ability to make a much crisper pass. Yes. So, hey, Carmen, no one-handed passes. That's the adjustment. That's the coaching that you want to make, because you love her trying to find her teammates.
Yeah, the pass itself was okay. It was just doing it with one hand and losing control. They do nothing but cut back door, does Union. Always looking for an easy layup. That and corner threes. Here's a 3. It's off the mark, but a long rebound pulled in by Bethany Dillard. Gonna force it to the baseline there. Another open 3 here, and that is perfect from Alexis Callens.
UWF is just in a scramble on defense.
Yeah. As Callens' 3rd 3 of the game, a foul is called on Callens. It's the second time she's hit a 3 and immediately followed up with a foul. We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
This is a huge deal.
Yeah.
Got to make these count.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, here's a big shift change. Taff, if nothing else, this offers a chance to not have to worry about breaking the press, because now you're down there.
And the fouls will add up, but here's the hard part. Can you be strong enough to withstand some of their fouling that doesn't get called in those traps? That's why you've heard me earlier. Are they going to call those in the traps when they're calling these hand checks and these pushes all over the court?
So you said you got to make them count, and Bella makes the first one count.
So here we're approaching that 2 minutes right before the half. Such an interesting case study in every game you see. How you go into the half is so indicative of how you're going to play the rest of this game. So you're telling your team, hey, this last 2:10, let's finish it out strong, right within 5 points.
Argos led by 1 after 1. They currently trail by 5 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. As always, the extra pass from Union. Oh, gave up a layup, took the 3 instead, and it paid off nicely.
New age basketball.
Yeah, right. Forget the layup. Let's take the bomb as Dillard hits another one. Backdoor there. Good job by Hayden. 34-42.
And you want to get the ball in the middle of the floor here if you can.
Careful. That's a turnover. And that's going to be the 15th turnover of the game for the Argos. Another open corner three. Oh, it's a dagger. My goodness. Taff, you were talking about the importance of the last couple of minutes as Kasharna Lucas hits that, and all of a sudden the Argos down 11. Outscored by 12 here in the second quarter. Three is up, and it's a good look there from Becker. Couldn't get it to go. Would have been a big shot for the Argos.
So you're trying to finish this half with as many stops as you can. You're pleading with your Argos. Find a way to get stops so you can turn this back into offense.
Good defensive play there. Well done by Delaney Truschel. Ultimately a steal from Becker. Here comes Remy Langmaid, who is going to stop and shoot the three, and she hits it again, her third of the quarter. She sure is shooting with big confidence, and that's a huge shot for Remy. 37-45 with 45 seconds to go. Big, big, big shot there. $15-footer for Dillard. It's way too much. Bella Green pulls down the board to Delaney with 30 seconds to go.
That was probably too close for Dillard.
Yeah, exactly.
Those threes.
Careful. Bella Green, the pass is completed.
Oh,
risky pass, but it works. Liv Becker puts it in, and the
shows the goggles.
lead is down to 6. So the Argos get 5 in a row here late in the quarter, and that cuts the lead to 6. That was important. Let's see if they can get one more stop here with 10 seconds to go.
And the Bulldogs get the ball right out of the half, so you desperately want to stop here to end the half.
Game clock down to 2. The corner three is up, and it's out. It is no good, and the Argos with a big run to end the half. And as it stands, after a frenetic 2 quarters, the Argos 39, the Bulldogs 45. 15 minutes on the clock. We're going to step away for about 14 of those minutes. When we come back, we hope you do too, folks, because this should be an awesome second half.
We cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes. act with respect, and be officially human. Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only, it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m.? Or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey melt. Brent back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're Brentfing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brumped it all right. What a burger!
I am here to contest the new Whata Wings from Whataburger.
What?
Real wings have bones. And these boneless wings are actually premium chicken tender bites tossed in one of Whataburger's famous sauces. Honey butter, honey barbecue, buffalo, or
Sweet and spicy.
and now Nashville hot? Those do not turn these Whata Wings into real wings. I know what a real wing is. That. No.
Whataburger, Whata Wings.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Let's try something different. Stop hitting the bag. Listen to it. Find the rhythm.
When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more,
You got it!
you're unstoppable.
Let's take another look at our financial plan.
You got it.
At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking.
Why do you love your favorite pair of jeans? What keeps you connected to your oldest friends? How do you know that the solution you seek is right for you? The answer is simple. It's the fit. And at Pinair Credit Union, we believe your finances should fit you perfectly. It's the right checking account for how you spend your time and money. It's the right loan for where you are and where you're headed next. It's local banking that's as comfortable as your favorite pair of jeans. So come join us at Pinair Credit Union. You'll fit right in.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
We cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human. Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions.
Good afternoon again, and welcome back. About 2 minutes left here in the half. Christian Garman along with Taft Bentley. And Taft, you told us off the top that Union was going to come out as hard and fast and press and force steals and force turnovers, and that's what we saw.
Yeah, we're having a hard time keeping up, even speaking about the last play as the new play is coming along. Well, the frightening fact, I know we're looking at the stats right here, shooting 48% and 31 from three. Some of the things you could honestly live with. Surprising to see a team out-rebound Coach Yelton's team. That typically doesn't happen. But what's jumping off the page is you see 15 turnovers for UWF. The most frightening stat that I'm looking at when you look at the first half stats, Christian, every single player for Union has scored.
That's incredible.
Every single player. So I don't know how much they're running offense. I think they're looking to attack matchups. And it was a key we talked about in the first half. Are you able to get a matchup you like in this transition?
Right.
Because every single time down the floor, you're probably guarding a new player.
Yeah, we saw that.
How are you able to know every player on the scout?
Yeah,
you're not. Most of the time, you know your player or maybe the player that comes in for her. And instead, now you have to know what every single player for them does. And that's the advantage of playing at this high speed and this really up-tempo style.
It really does sort of turn into who's the closest person wearing red, and that's who I'm going to pick up right now. And so it does lead to some mismatches. That said, though, the Argos were leading by 1 after the first quarter. They're only down 6 now after closing out the first half with a 5-0 run. Leading scorer in the game is Riley Stevens. She has 12. Remy Langmaid hit 3 threes. She's got 11 in the game for the Argos. The leading scorer for Union is Callens. She hit a couple of, rather 3 threes, and she also has 11. So she and Langmaid both had 3 threes, totaling 11 points with another bucket on the side. You hear the horn. We're about ready to go. Catch your breath, everybody, because it's going to be go time here. Union will get the ball first. Argo's going to start with Bella Stone, Riley Stevens, Hayden Pitch, Delaney Truschel, and Camille Clark. And starting right in front of us, throwing it in now, is Courtney Zinzin. We're ready to roll into the hands of Jaslyn Anusin.
And I really believe this. These first
loose ball,
minutes, these first 2 or 3 minutes for the Argos are essential and important.
Golly. Another wide open 3, just as you say that for Collins. She loves that corner shot. She hits it again, and the lead is back to 9, and here comes that press. Hayden going to take her time. Can't take too long. You only get 10 seconds, of course, and it's going to be a turnover. And that's the 16th, but they turn it right back over, and the Argos will get the ball back.
And you talk to your team, anytime you're facing against any kind of trap or pressure, you can't throw over that pressure. So that's what's got to keep in mind, not throwing over.
Delaney with a bomb. It pays off beautifully, and Riley Stevens catches. That was incredible. Doug Flutie style.
And Riley did such a nice job. Not a great angle for her. She didn't have the backboard. Still easy for her to put in.
And make it, yeah. And for Riley now, she has 14 in the game, leading all scorers. Heck of a pass there from Delaney Truschel. There's a look again at Riley knocking down that 10-footer. Delaney going to play some good, strong defense, but still just a great shot. That's a good shot. Nothing wrong with the defense. Olivia Lee, one of our players to watch today, gets that to go.
What a bounce there for Union on that shot. I thought that was all but out.
See, the Argos do a fine job breaking the press that time around. No trouble whatsoever, but they are trailing now by 9 again after that last bucket goes in.
And this is where you got to make it count. You got to make them guard you.
There's Delaney. That's an open 3. Didn't set her feet, though. Rushed the shot just a little. Not surprised that was just off the mark. The good look. She's such a great shooter, but got to set yourself.
And it's credit to Union. They do such a good job of speeding you up.
That 3 is off the mark. Good defense there from Riley Stevens, who got her hand in the face of Collins. Here comes that press. Like you said, Taff, make or miss, they will press you.
Middle of the floor is what you're looking
Riley
for.
with another stop and shot. Can't get this one to go a little bit deep. Not to say she can't hit a 3. She certainly can. Long pass here. Camille can't make the steal. Loses control, and Camille able to get on the floor, and that's going to be a possession ball going to the Argos. A nice hustle play as Macy Lee lost control.
And one thing that Coach Yelton's pleading with her team is there is no 9-point shot. Okay?
Right.
Make sure we make them guard us each trip. And that's the thing when you're down 9, all you're thinking about is how quick can I get us back into this? And you got to have the patience. You got to have the maturity that, hey, we're going to make each possession count, and that's how we're going to get back into this game.
Didn't take long to see substitutions. 5 new players for Union, and it just doesn't matter which 5 as they get a steal, but a heck of a defensive play from Carmen Jones. Ultimately, though, the loose ball ends up back in the hands of Union. Another offensive board here, and a 3 from Dillard is a little long, and yet another offensive rebound. Hate to see that. Union now with their 4th opportunity this possession. Shot clock is down to 7. Nice move to the hole, and she gets it to go. That's number 15, Shiley Morrison. It's an 11-point lead. Careful.
It's such a hard closeout when you're Xing out on defense, and you see the advantage right there for Union. Wrong player matching up.
Liv Becker turns it over, and it's going to be another layup, and Coach Yelton's going to call a timeout as this has gotten right on the edge of out of control. It's a 13-point deficit all of a sudden. We'll step away when we come back. Argos ball under the gun. Okay, Taff, we're back and coming out of this timeout. What do you think Coach Yelton wants to do here?
I think she's begging and pleading with her team just to get quality possessions each trip. And then we already know the deal. We've talked about how you're not getting your matchup, and we've got a lot of Xing out on defense where you're just kind of trying to close them out as hard as possible, but that still has to improve. Got to find a way to get better closeouts each trip. When you get in the half court, can you attack?
And it's a turnover, a heck of an effort there. Nice hands on the steal. That was number open 3 from the corner is no good. Hayden Pitchett gets it, but Shiley Morrison made a great play to get that steal on forcing yet another turnover, and there is another turnover. The Argos simply just cannot handle this press. Travel going to be called there, so Union turns it over, and that'll be their 11th in the game. The Argos now have 19 turnovers. Remember, they had 15 at the half, so 3.5 minutes into the third quarter, and they've got 4 more. Bella Stone is in. Liv Becker is a terrific ball handler. Careful there. They just right in front of us. That one comes. Boy, Taff, if you don't have some real push on these passes, they're not getting to their intended receiver. They're just not getting there.
They have to be short passes. The long passes have worked a little bit, and it's almost been like fool's gold.
Yeah, it's good. Right.
We want to make longer passes, and it's just been tough to complete those all afternoon.
Nice inbound pass there to Bella Green, who doesn't get it to go. Leads to a 3 in the corner from Delaney. It's off the mark. Follows up her own shot. Nearly got the board, but can't. Dillard comes away with it instead, and Bella Stone pulls it, or Bella Green rather, pulls it over to Bella Stone. Somehow the Argos come away with this possession. 6:28 to go. Trailing by 13. Bella off the mark. Going to be a foul on the other end of the court here going against Delaney Truschel. And that was Emily Jones who came away with the board. 6:13 to go. So on top of everything else, we're a little bit cold. You know, Delaney, who's such a great shooter, has now shot 3 threes and hasn't made one. That's rare.
Yeah, that's the part of just Union doing such a good job of getting UWF outside of their game. Now normal things almost feel a little foreign.
Under 6 to play here. The Union Bulldogs have not lost a conference game this season. 13-2 overall. Bella Stone pushing. Over to Riley Stevens, who once again hits that shot where she just has the incredible ability to pull up at full speed, set herself, and knock these down. Good hands there from Bella Green.
And you saw the difference in the possession there. Everybody got to stay with their initial matchup. hey, defense is a little easier when we get the matchup that we want to, and Riley does such a good job in transition. I think that's the 5th or 6th time she's been able to pull up in traffic, and it just doesn't bother her. She has such poise for a wing guard out there. You're so impressed with her.
Honestly, Taff, it's become like a money shot. Like, you just kind of feel like you know it's going in.
Well, you saw Bella. She was looking for her in transition. Like, where are you? Where are you? Oh, let me just flip it to you.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for the 2 points and the assist.
That's exactly right. Oh, thought that might have been a travel. Shot clock violation. So the bucket goes in, but it's just about a half a second too late there for Olivia Lee. And with that in mind, the Argos get the turnover. Trailing by 11, 5:10 to go here. If they want to come back, they're going to have to start breaking this press. Getting the ball in the hands of Bella Stone and Hayden Pitch is one good way to do it. Hayden going to get it over to Riley Stevens, who had a good chance at an open three there, but just a little off the mark. Nothing wrong with that look either. Riley's a great shooter, but she's actually 0 for 6 from the three-point line. But a great defensive play here from Riley Stevens, who's going to try and make up for that missed three. What a shot. My goodness. Wow. Such control in the air.
Not afraid to play one-on-one in transition. You see it. Riley takes advantage.
Yeah, Riley now has 16, and here's an open three the other way. It's way too much. Camille Clark has been all over the court today, and possession arrow will go to Union, but the next one comes back to the Argos as 5 more Union Bulldogs are set to check into the game. There is no rest. And it looks like we've got a timeout on the floor, so why don't we step away with 4:34 to go. 45 for the Argonauts, 54 for the Bulldogs.
For those who sweat in determined pursuit, and those who meet the morning with a firm handshake and a smile, and breathe between stages of unwavering effort. Andrews Institute, for those who move.
What do you expect from that first job out of college? Working your way up from the bottom? Instead, how does this sound? Starting in a guaranteed leadership position with people who look to you for guidance because you're trained to give it and make important decisions in critical situations. Skip entry level. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
Okay, we're back. The situation is this, 4:34 to go. In quarter number 3, the Argos trailing by 9, 45-54 against a tremendous team from Union University, the Lady Bulldogs. 13-2 on the season, 8-0 in the conference. This three is in, and that's Dillard. She's a great shooter. Taff, I always know it's impressive when you just give me a blank stare.
She didn't even look at the rim. I watched her catch it off the inbounds.
And now she gets the steal as Bella Stone tries for the home run ball, but Dillard was there and waiting. Lead is 12, and here's Dillard again, open for three, and I can't believe she didn't shoot it yet. There's a mismatch. Bella Stone doing her best, but that's going to be a tall order. Carmen Jones, a little lob pass. That one worked. And now we get into the hands of Stone, and we can set our offense up a little bit here with 3:48 to go in the third. It's a 14-point advantage at this point. Shot clock down to 10. Argos running a little bit of offense staff. Hayden Pitch will shoot the three. It's a rainbow three. It's off the mark. Riley Stevens crashed the board, and they're going to get a foul on Riley.
Yeah, and that's an effort play from Riley. You really can't be too upset with her. She's going for the ball.
That's her first foul in the game.
I don't know if you feel it the way I do, but it feels like fatigue is starting to set in a little bit for the Argos.
Yeah, I think so. I feel that. I know exactly what you mean. I think, honestly, I think there's got to be a little bit of a feeling of we're just having a real hard time with this. It's like, how do we get past this press? You know?
You're going to have to hope for the buzzer to go off, okay? That's the only way you're going to get out of this.
Talking to Bill Valona, the great sports writer, just a few minutes ago, and he mentioned that having this game on Saturday instead of 2 days ago on Thursday as the beautiful spin move there is good. And that's going to put Jones back on the line, a chance at a three-point play. Hurt a little bit. Would have been nice to have the Union game on Thursday, giving us all week to prepare for it, because prepping for a day and a half against this team is tough.
Yeah, it's almost impossible. And we've watched enough of this Argonaut team to know some of their strengths and what they do, and you're really seeing a lot of mental errors. And that's the only way I can attribute it is, of course, UWF's going to get up for this game, but I think fatigue has played a lot into some of these mental mistakes UWF is having.
Nice job there by Delaney to run the baseline and find the open Bella Green, and then ultimately Liv Becker takes it all the way and gets the layup. The lead is back down to 15.
And you're just going to try to stack those possessions.
Good hands there. Oh, got a kick ball.
You want to get as many good possessions on offense as you can and continue to try to get stops. That's the only way. Anytime you're down 15, you can get back into the game.
Yeah.
But that's the adversity. You're happy to see your team face it. How resilient can you be right here?
For sure. If we don't pull this out in the post-game interview, that'll be one of the things I ask Coach Shelton is, what do you take away from this game? What does this show you need to work on? What did you learn about your team? As the three from the corner is once again good, and that's Lucas who hits that bomb.
Okay, I got one for you.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, I don't know if we can pause before I can make the point.
Go ahead.
But Union has hit a lot of outside shots, especially threes. They also have 30 points in the paint. That's something that's just jumping off the stat sheet to me, because I would say almost all their points are coming from outside, and that's just not the case. They're also getting that ball inside.
Yeah, they are as complete a team as you get. Nice job there as Bella Green will go. Man, can't get it to go, but she's heading to the line. I do want to point something out as you were making that point. Bella Green down at this end on offense made a great play and then was on the court, fell down, but within about 6 seconds, she's the one that got the rebound at the other end. It was so impressive how quickly she got up and hustled down the court.
Yeah, her effort today has been great. I've been so impressed with her defense in this matchup. I think it's almost, we talked about how Bella has to stay in, Bella Stone, for the press reasons.
Yeah.
You almost want to leave Bella Green in as well.
Right.
Just because of the effort play she's making on the defensive end.
She is just terrific. From Perth, Australia, one of two Aussies on the team. Remy Langmaid also from Australia. Bella Green, though, can't get either free throw to go, and the Argos going to need any shots they can get with the clock not moving to go in. This lead has ballooned to 18 for the Bulldogs of Union. Shot clock is down to 9. Good defense from the Argos, and we got to travel as the Argos force the turnover there. Bella Green was happy to assist with the call, and that's going to be the 16th turnover for Union. Taff, it's interesting. I mean, Union's got 16 turnovers. That's not nothing. It's really interesting.
Oh, I don't think they care.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't think they care. I think that's just part of the deal. They know it. That's really interesting. And there's another one for the Argonauts. That's going to be, check that. They get it back. So near turnover. Back into the hands. Riley Stevens goes up to pull that in. Nice take to the hole, and she gets fouled.
Job.
Great effort there from Riley Stevens, who has 18 points in the game, a chance to get to 20.
And that's one of the things that you're trying to do anytime you're trying to come back. You want to attack the rim and try to get that clock to stop and go to the free throw line. But that you see Riley there with such a good amount of patience. She hasn't hit an outside shot, but she's still going to try to drive in there and get fouled. And that's where, you've heard me say it a bunch in this matchup. I'm not sure how much Union wants to guard in the second half or in the half court. They want you to shoot it as fast as possible. Like, hey, look, you're down a bunch. Shoot a deep shot, and then they don't have to play defense. And that's the part of the patience of UWF. Can you do that enough to make them guard you and foul you?
Yep. Well, Stevens does knock down both free throws. She now has 20 points in the game, but just like that, Union comes the other way. The foul will go against Delaney Truschel, and the Bulldogs heading now to the line to up that lead once again. Currently sitting at 16. Carmen Jones will check in for Delaney, who just picked up the foul. And that's going to put Macy Lee at the line. Lee's got a couple of points today. This will be her first free throw. It's off the mark. As is the second. They crashed the boards, but Bella Green able to pull it down. And Bella's not afraid to take this thing herself.
They've done a good job here. They broke the press. What can we get on offense this trip?
Hayden pitch setting things up. 1 minute to go, quarter number 3. Been outscored by 10 points here in the quarter, have the Argonauts. Shot clock is down to 4. Hayden pitch will take it herself with the left and cannot get it to go. Boy, everything but the bucket. It's a good possession from the Argonauts. Just couldn't get the layup to go. And it's another 3, and it's good. Whew, mercy.
And it's hard to play in a game where you're trading missed layups for transition threes.
That was Zinzin who hit that one. Riley Stevens doesn't take the shot this time, but Hayden Pitch will have an open 3, and that's usually a good thing, as it is right here. Hayden Pitch has her third of the game.
Give Bella Stone a lot of credit. She was the one that, her point guard mentality, finding the right person to shoot that transition 3 for the Argos.
Hayden now has 9 points in the game. She's hit 3 threes. Game clock is down to 4. That 3 is a little long. Game clock down to 3. Offensive board is up, no good. Batted away, and that is how the quarter will end, but not before Union outscores the Argos by 10, and that puts them up by 16. When we come back, quarter number 4, and the Argos have some work to do to climb back into this one.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m.? Or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Christian Garman. He's Taft Bentley. We're glad you're with us here for quarter number 4. If you're looking, you can see the Argos trailing by 16 against this impressive team from Union University. They are 8-0 in the conference. They're 13-2 overall. But remember, the Argos, 11-3 overall, 7-1 in this very difficult Gulf South Conference. We knew today would be a tough matchup. And Taft, you pointed out that after 3 quarters, 3-point shooting has been very different as the Argos struggle to get it in and turn it over immediately. Incredible. Argos have made one, shooting about 14% from the 3-point line. And look at this, an easy deuce.
I'm not sure you need me this afternoon.
Yes. Every time I try to get something for you, it's like, oh, I got to mention this. Good job. Take your time.
Yeah, I think that's been the difference maker. 1 for 7 there in that third quarter.
Right.
And that's just left a lot of opportunities. Only able to make 1 of those 7 attempts. It's almost to the part where you're saying, okay, we can't have 7 attempts. We need 14 attempts.
Right. Well,
that's going to be a difference maker.
The one was just under the wire. It was Hayden Pitch with about 30 seconds left in the quarter. Camille Clark.
Nice.
Gosh, everything about it. Good job, Camille. She'll go to the line. That's a good, powerful move there from Clark, who has 4 points in the game. It's like Carmen Jones and Bella Stone are set to check back in. And Delaney Truschel and Hayden Pitch will head back to the bench. Clark's got an assist, a couple of steals. She's played 17 minutes today. In and out it goes, and she's actually now 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Need these to go. This time it's good. 53-70.
And it hasn't quite happened yet, but we're really getting close to the part where you're trying to find the positives from this game.
Mm-hmm.
And those are some of the things that you've just talked about. Okay, how are we going to finish this game with our passing? Are we going to make free throws? Are we going to have good attempts on offense? Like, let's not necessarily just chase the scoreboard.
Yeah.
It hasn't quite hit that point
Right.
yet, but we're getting close to that.
Great point. I agree. It's not over, but it's not far from over. And they don't stop. Good job there by Riley Stevens, who breaks the press all by herself there. Liv Becker considered putting that up. Instead, takes it to the hole, out to Clark. Shot clock down to 10 as Riley Stevens says, let's just reset here. Shot clock down to 7. Going to be a long 3 from Stevens. It's a little too long. And the board goes to Union. Hauled in by number 15, Morrison. 8:36 to go. 3 from Dillard. Golly. She hits another bomb, and she now has 12 in the game, 4 threes.
And remember, she started out like 0 for 4.
Yeah. She's hot now.
So since that time frame, she's 3 for 4.
Yeah. That ball goes out of bounds, but looks like we may have a timeout on the floor here. Yes, indeed we do. So 8:21 to go. We're going to step away real quickly. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, we're back with 8:21 to go in the game. Remember, the men will be playing following today's action of Lady Argos.
The only person more famous than you in Pensacola
Who is it? Who is that? Is that Roy Jones?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Oh, no.
I'm not positive he's more famous than me, but other than
I hope
that.
Bella's okay on that pass. That was a dangerous pass. Kind of threw it out in front of her. I thought they were going to hit each other in the head right there.
Good to see the champ, Roy Jones Jr., is here in the field house, like you said. Superstar.
Yeah, that's the only person I would say has a chance of being more famous than you.
And has a chance is the key, because it's not a given. Open 3, and this one is on the mark for Riley Stevens, who gets her first 3 of the game, and she now has 23 points in the game. That was a big shot. Careful now.
And I don't know if anybody's played with more effort than her tonight.
Per the norm, she's so...
What a great competitor.
Yeah, she's really great. She's got 4 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals, a block.
And that's some of the things, we talked about what can we build on. Well, let's build on the effort that we had all 40 minutes in this game.
Jump ball here? Oh, no jump ball called. Oh, beautiful job there by Bella. That was great. Batted it out. That was well done. Shot clock is down to 10. Going to be an open 16-footer, and it finds the bottom of the net. Jeremiah Montgomery. Montgomery now has 12 in the game. She's having a big day as well. You talked about it off the top, Taft. They have many players who average at least 10 points a game.
It's interesting. You don't really get to see a lot of teams that are willing to do what we just described. Sometimes you have players that have an agenda. There is no agenda on this team.
No, There's one agenda.
One.
There's one.
And that's to beat you by as much as possible.
Yeah. Steal it and score. That's the agenda. Up 19 now with 6:48 to go. There's Dillard. And a nice little dish out to the corner. And it's a 3 that's off the mark. Something we haven't said too much. Nice, powerful rebound there by Bella Stone. She'll find Bella Green. And Green will have no problem taking herself. Little fancy with the dish there. Good job by Bella Green, who catches the miss from Stevens, but ultimately it's a miss from Green and coming the other way quickly, of course. There's Dillard. Ooh, she didn't shoot it. Instead, she takes it to the hole, and Remy Langmaid fouls her hard, and Dillard will be heading to the line.
That's the hard trade-off. You had 2 kind of easy attempts on your end, not able to push it in there, and then we have to foul on the other end on a drive.
Right. Yep.
It's tough when you get into those closeouts, and we've talked about this. to know everybody's strengths and weaknesses on a scout, real hard.
Yeah, of course.
And so now you're closing out a player that is not your matchup, foreign to you. Is this a hard closeout or not? And you're seeing that as there's just a lot of confusion in the matchups in transition.
And remember, the Argos played Thursday, so they didn't have a ton of time to do the kind of prep you're talking about.
No.
Had to get ready
and
for
it
Christian
matters.
Brothers.
It matters.
Of course.
Christian.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
You have college students that are balancing a lot of things right now. And, hey, in a short turnaround, make sure you know the strengths of all 13 Union players.
Too long of a pass there from Pitch. That's another turnover. Yeah, you're right. School started back this week for the Argos. Tuesday, a lot of the professors were back, and then Wednesday, first day of class for many students.
And there's no doubt I'm going to be sharing on my social media the team GPA for this squad, just like always for Coach Yelton. And that's the stressor in this. We haven't learned on the long passes yet.
No, I don't think we're going to learn it today. 24 turnovers for the Argonauts, 17 for Union. Incredibly, we were talking about that earlier. It's like they don't seem to mind. They know that with this kind of fast-paced basketball, you're going to have multiple turnovers. There's another one for the Argos. That's the 25th of the game. Union now has 20 steals. The three is up. It's no good. 3 different Argos. Ready for that one, and Delaney loses the ball but picks it up, thankfully. Able to get it to Hayden Pitch. Riley Stevens will take this one herself, goes left, and she's going to go to the line. Good, powerful move there.
Love seeing her be aggressive, too. She saw that. That was a really bad closeout from Union. She just went right by her opponent, her defender, and she finds a way to get a little contact so she can go to the free throw line.
Riley is having a big day. She's leading all scores by quite a bit. She's got 23. The next closest Argonaut, she now has 24. The next closest Argonaut, Remy Langmaid. Meanwhile, it's Callens with 14 along with Dillard for Union. So Riley has 10 points more than anyone else on either team. Make it 11. Five and a half to go here in the game. Argos trailing by 19 points. It's been a relentless attack from Union. Whether they make, whether they miss, they go into press, they go into traps, and they force a ton of turnovers. Argos with 25 today. Union with quite a few. The shot clock is down to 5, and we've got a jump ball, and that's going to stay right here. Union with 18 turnovers. I know we've stressed that a lot, but those are big numbers for both teams. Part of the deal.
Yeah, and it's definitely worked to the advantage of Union and that style of relentless pressure for all 40 minutes.
Carmen Jones checks back in.
Coach Campbell a Nolan Richardson fan?
Maybe so. Maybe so. The Razorbacks of the 90s certainly played this way, as did the Rebels out at UNLV.
I got a great trivia question for you.
All right, let's hear it.
Where did Nolan Richardson play collegiate basketball?
Okay, so because you're asking, I'm going to give 2 guesses.
Oh, you're going to really be upset with yourself because there's a way that I would know this.
All right, I'm going to say the Gators. And he's just laughing at me, so that's obvious one. And I'll say, what was at the time? Pensacola Junior College, now Pensacola State College.
If he was a PSC or a PJC grad,
we would be well aware.
That'd be my favorite guy ever.
So you tell me, where did he play?
So, Texas Western is what it was called when he played there because he played for the great Glory Road team Don Haskins coach.
Great effort.
But later called UTEP, but he was a part of those. That integration into collegiate basketball, Nolan Richardson.
Cool. Gotcha. Good one. Great effort there from the Argos. Got Riley Stevens.
You need me on trivia night, Christian.
I do. For those
on mathematics night, you don't need
You're
me,
out,
okay?
yeah. But when we're looking for obscure basketball references, you're the man, as that long 3 from Macy Lee is good. And it's going to be a timeout called by Coach Mark Campbell. It's a 20-point lead. We're going to take a quick break as the Argos trailing by 20 with 4:28 to go.
Sports fans. We pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
.428 to go in the game. Argonauts trailing 60-80, a 20-point deficit. The Argos are averaging more than 70 points a game. It'll be interesting to see if they get there, Taff. It would indicate a team that hit their usual mark, but still lost by a good bit. Doesn't seem likely they're going to pull out the win here, not with this Union team that continues to press and get turnovers as they get another one right there. And an open three is in. Wow, my goodness, Alexis Collins. And she now has 17 in the game. Delaney Truschel breaks it up to Bella Green. Good job there. Nice last-second pass. Beautifully done there. And that's going to be Riley Stevens who finishes it off, and she's going to the line.
And those are the things that you're looking for right now in this last 4 minutes. How many positive plays can we make just like that? And Bella, defender steps up. Just an easy decision to drop it down there to Riley, and she gets the hoop in the heart.
And you know Riley Stevens is about as automatic as it gets in a situation like that. She's got 27 in the game, a chance to get up to 28 right now. Yes, sir. 63-83. Argos doing a little pressing of their own, but that doesn't slow down Union. Ooh, Bella Green. Okay, this could be it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover. Argo ball.
And that's what, if I know anything about Coach Yelton, she's going to tell, be aggressive.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, be aggressive right now. We have one foul in this quarter. Be aggressive. Go for it.
Make that last effort if you can. Argos will be taking this underneath. That's where it went out of bounds. Bella Stone will look to get it inbound. She finds Hayden Pitch. Now Green, and here's Stone again. Hayden wouldn't mind popping that up. She's got 3 threes today. Beautiful move here, but can't finish it off, Bella Green. Good move, though. Oh, and a great effort there from Liv Becker, who has a terrific hustle play. And a jump ball is called, and it's Argo ball. So Liv Becker amongst 3 Bulldogs able to come away with the ball, and look at this.
And that, we talk about the positive plays. There's one right there.
Yeah.
Liv is so excited to be out there on that court and competing.
Yep.
That's something to hold on to for the rest of this season.
Remember, Liv missed 9 games due to injury, and then hits the 3. So gets the steal and hits the 3. Big moment there.
The basketball gods reward that defensive effort.
Sure do.
See it dive on the floor. Hey, that next 3 you're getting, it's going down.
And she knocked it down. That was great. And she was pumped as she gave it a fist pump. She's got 6 points in the game. Another foul going to go against the Argos here. Hayden Pitch will take the hit. .310 to go. .46 turnovers have been committed in this game. Shot clock is down to 7. Nice little right hand, no good. Bella Green able to come away with it, who gets it over to Becker, but here comes that crap. To Bella Stone, up to Hayden Pitch on the run. Nice job leading her. And ultimately, Hayden's going to slow things down. Oh, and look at Liv. She says, let's keep this party going. Can't get that 3 to go. Can't blame her for shooting it, though. Careful. That's a bad foul. Long way from the basket. .66-83. 17-point advantage for Union. Argos are going to fall to 11-4 on the season, 7-2. Meanwhile, for Union, they're going to go to 9-0 in the conference and 14-2 overall. We knew coming in this was going to be quite a test, and it certainly has lived up to that hype. .224 to go. Good defense from the Argos here. Out of
Hey,
bounds.
if you were curious who beat Union this season.
Who was it?
Okay, number 3 in the country, Grand Valley State, and then number 5 in the country, Ashland University.
Gotcha. Couple of great teams, the only ones able to take them down so far. But, of course, this is still only January. The Argos will get Union again in about a month. Ball's on the ground here, and Hayden Pitch able to hustle after it. Ultimately, we got a jump ball. It's going to stay right here with Union. 2:08 to go. Thanks for that. We were talking about that earlier. It was like, who beat them?
Yeah, I was curious if it was the Warriors.
You joked that it was the Golden State Stephen Company. Shot clock down to 2 here. Got to get this up. No good. Turnover there as Riley comes away with it before the time ran out. That's why the action didn't stop. Camille will get it back over to Riley Stevens. Riley's got 30 on the day, though, by the way. Here's Hayden Pitch, who's hit 3 threes and make it 4. Hayden Pitch, that's a big shot. She now has 12 in the game, 4 for 6 from the three-point line. And the lead is down to 14. So remember, this was as much as 20. The Argos have done a nice job here in the fourth quarter. Still getting after it. It's going to lead to an open 3. And oh, my goodness, that was Emily Jones once again, who now has 12 points in the game. A timeout is called with 1:29 to go. Taff, we've got the men's game coming up right after, and a lot of times Will Kennedy and you handle the game, the coverage, but today that's not the case on play-by-play, is it?
Yeah, really cool. We're going to get a little Liv Becker action.
That's right. Lady Argo just hit the 3.
And I told her if she was going to do that in place of me, that she can't completely and utterly embarrass me. Which is not going to be hard for her to be better, but I just don't want to be utterly embarrassed.
Don't worry about that.
By how good she's going to do in this next game.
She's going to be awesome, and remember, she is a current student. That's obviously one of the cool things about UWF, especially in the communications program, is giving, and not just communications, it's certainly true university-wide, is giving students opportunities to do things that normally they may have to wait till they're out in the professional world, but that's not the case. As Liv will be handling the color commentary with Will Kennedy, who will be doing play-by-play. Riley Stevens turns it over there.
That more than the turnover. What a steal.
Yeah, great effort there. Leap from Jeremiah Montgomery, who's having a great game. She's got 12 points. 6 for 11 is Jeremiah. We're down to about 1:05 in this one.
I've been super respectful of Pat Summitt in this game. But just let me say my disdain for her teaching everyone in Tennessee how to play basketball so well. Okay,
she did that pretty well, didn't she?
I know it's a great ambassador for basketball, and I appreciate it, but not great for my UWF Argos every single time we got to play a team out of Tennessee. Okay?
No kidding.
Men's or women.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You see it, and it's like, wow, they know how to play basketball.
All those countless camps that they've done.
48 seconds to go here. Oh my God, hits the wire. That's going to be out of bounds. Thought it might have been one of the all-time great bounces for Hayden Pitch. 45.4 to go. 86-69 is the score. Big day for Riley Stevens, who has 30 points in the game. 17 from Collins, the next closest. So Riley continues her dominant play. Down to 25 seconds. And speaking of Riley Stevens, she gets it done on both ends as she gets the rebound there. We talk about that a lot. Nice outlet pass to Hayden Pitch. It's going to be an open corner 3. It's a good shot from River Landmaid. She's got 3 threes on the game, including one from about 12 feet behind the three-point line as we're down to 7 seconds. And looks like Union will be okay to just kind of let this one trickle out, and that is going to be how the game ends. Final score, Bulldogs from Union 86, the Argonauts 69, as Union goes to 14-2 overall, 9-0 in the conference. The Argos fall to 11-4 and 7-2. Taff, I'm going to let you break things down as I go prepare for my interview with Coach.
Yeah, and it's just a great effort from Riley Stevens in this game. 30 points for her. Got to see 6 rebounds and 4 steals. Just what an amazing effort for Riley in this game. And you got to see them finish there strong, especially a really good fourth quarter, cutting that lead down for them and not just succumbing to that amazing pressure that Union had throughout this game.
Here now with Coach Yelton. Coach, you knew obviously this was going to be a very tough game, and it certainly lived up to that hype.
Yeah. Well, you know, Union is one of the best teams in the country, and I think our fans just saw why. You know, this is what you get when you're at the top levels of the GSC. They're a phenomenal team. They can score the ball at a high rate. Their defense is some of the best in the country. And, yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
Coach, there were, interestingly, you know, obviously you guys committed a lot of turnovers, but so did they. There were nearly 50 turnovers in the game. So it's not as though it was just pure dominance on Union's part. Both of you guys were Coach Yelton able to spend a couple of minutes with us today after a tough loss for the Lady Argos. But remember, that was only part one of a doubleheader. The clock tells me there's about 25 minutes to tip off for the men, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Will Kennedy on play-by-play, but Liv Becker of the Lady Argos will be handling the color commentary. Should be a lot of fun. For Taft Bentley, I'm Christian Garman. Hope you enjoyed game one of our Saturday afternoon